I just want to talk for a hot second. Very brief. I guess the older you get, your memory starts to fade a little bit. And a lot of things that you remember or you used to remember so clearly, you don't exactly remember as clearly. This is my story, I guess, so that may not be everybody's story. So a lot of times I play back things, not because I'm stuck right there, but just because it's like, man, the way I viewed this, the way I thought about this, was I in error or, am I tripping? Or did I have it right? mm Some of the things that have happened to me over the years, they definitely affect me. I just, I don't be knowing sometimes. I got the different interactions with people where I guess mm, it does me well for me to kind of speak on these things, to give me some clarity of where I'm at. And a lot of times I'm just speaking in general. It's not like I'm trying to slander anybody or whatever. But nowadays, it's kind of interesting how you can talk on a situation that actually happened that was unfavorable towards you. But now, when you do that, you're the one that's the problem. Somebody could actually have done something to you and you really didn't get resolution. Maybe you tried to get it with that person and their whole thought was, I'm not there, you're there. A lot of times when stuff happens, the people who do the things, they move past real easily. But the ones that it happened to still be kind of stuck there. But it seems as there's more compassion for that person that did something than the one who it actually happened to. Living in, just in this body and in this life, I've seen so many people who okay, I've never been sexually assaulted, but people who sexually assaulted and they still dealing with the trauma of that. And their family members and people around them like, get over that. And it's like the person who's in a many times in families, and especially in the melanin family that sexually assault people, are invited to things. And the people who are their victims may be invited as well, but it seems more like they would rather have the one who did the thing there than the one who had the thing happen to them. Oh, you got to stop bringing that up. Why is this person still here? And a lot of times, the one that has made someone victim continues to make people victims. They don't stop doing what they're doing because there's no um, culpability, no responsibility. They're never held accountable. And it's like, man, and it don't have to be sexually assault. It could be other stuff. I've seen so many times where people who have a negative characteristic about them, and people make excuses for it, and rather than deal with it. And I just talk about stuff and people are like, why you always? I'm like, because I'm seeing other people doing these type of things, and it's because we don't ever look to hold accountable or change as a people. When I was in Christianity, they used to be ministers, musicians, sleeping with the choir. They said, well, that's not your business. You're not doing it, so why are you worried about it? But I around the people that is affecting, I see the aftermath of all this stuff. And this is supposed to be a place that represents the most high. So how are we okay with this? These people end up wounded by somebody who has a plot and a plan to basically keep adding notches on their belt. That's all they doing. Why are you worried about it? It's just so many different scenarios of people doing people wrong. And the people who do people wrong, people say, well, you shouldn't, speak negatively on their name. But it's like they keep doing stuff. Oh no. This young man called a friend or whatever and stuff like that. He would be, I guess, doing chores or stuff like that for people, but then he maybe try to have sexual favors from them, try to steal stuff. He was doing a lot of different stuff that just wasn't right. He get close in with the people and then take advantage of that. That ain't right. You know, there's a lot of stuff that people do that ain't right, and I'm like, man, people say, well, it ain't affecting you. A lot of the stuff or whatever that I see and speak on, no, it does not directly affect me, but I've had things that have affected me, and so I don't want other people to go through any type of trauma or whatever. You know, my thing as a child, I used to be abused or whatever, or everybody had a right to whoop me or you know, I didn't see myself as a bad child, whatever. But I got in trouble for things that a C was too low for me, which other folks get E's and they didn't get in trouble, and it's like, man, what the heck going on? I spent punishments a lot of times sitting in the front door, looking out, watching everybody play. For stuff that other people, living in the same house, were able to not have that same punishment going on. And I'm like, okay, maybe it was to the best now. As an adult, I can look back at it, but I didn't understand it back then. I sure did. I got penalized for a lot of stuff that wasn't my fault. Well, there was a time that I was selling raffle tickets for a ministry, and I had the money and the tickets in my top drawer. The money ended up missing. I got a whooping for the money that I was responsible for. Now, funny thing is, that ministry wanted their money back, but they never got it. That never got it. The people that my guardians or they never got it. But I did get a whooping for it, as well as the people that my cousins that lived there. But I'm like, why would I steal the money that I was responsible for? And see, I'm one that my word matters to me. My reputation matters to me, and I got a reputation. I got a quite bad reputation, because I speak what's on my mind. I speak on what's going on with me, and a lot of times people can't deal with that. They don't like the person that's going to speak their mind. I used to be the guy that used to be very silent as a child and didn't talk much and just watch and observe what was going on. But I ended up being bullied a lot, and until I started speaking up and standing up for myself, there was no change in that. And so now I'm probably overly defensive. I'm always looking for an issue. You know, my trust matters to me, but I'm gonna do a video soon about trust or whatever. But my trust has been violated with me over and over. It seems that people rather lie, and they say don't sweat the small stuff, but they lie on small stuff, and I just don't get it. All right, I'm gonna get to this other video. Hallelujah.